Good afternoon, everyone. Our recipients, families, friends, and fellow professionals in the water industry, particularly our friends from the Department of Public Health. My name is Guy Russo. I'm the chair of the Scholarship Committee for Connecticut Section, AWWA, and Connecticut Waterworks Association. I want to welcome you here this afternoon. Let me start out with the bad news first. The Senate just went into session, and we did receive notice that Lieutenant Governor Nancy Wyman is likely not going to be here to deliver a keynote. So this is our fourth year. This is the first year she has not made it. And I did see her 2 weeks ago at a Italian-American Legislative Caucus dinner. She saw me and told me how much she was looking forward to this event. I know she really enjoys coming down and speaking. So she sends her regrets, and I know they are heartfelt. Similarly, Deputy Commissioner Michael Sullivan was in a small accident and has hurt his back. He did stumble into work this morning with intent of making it here. He didn't make it quite till noon, and he went home. And Commissioner Klee was unavailable due to another commitment. So our only speaker today, and I won't say only in a derogatory way, because our biggest partner here in the water industry has always been the Department of Health. Our guest speaker will be Janet Bransifort, the Deputy Commissioner. But before we start, for some opening welcoming remarks, I'd like to call on first Steve Pratt. His day job, Steve works for the Metropolitan District Commission and is president of the Connecticut Waterworks Association. And then we'll be followed by Steve Rupar, who works for Tata and Howard engineering firm and is the chair of the Connecticut Section AWWA. Steve and Steve.
Thank you. Again, my name is Stephen Pratt. I'd like to welcome everybody on behalf of the Connecticut Waterworks Association to this event. And also the Connecticut Section Waterworks Association is associated with this also. I'd like to specifically welcome our honored guests, legislators and agency heads, scholarship recipients and their families, school administrators, if any are present, and our associate committee representatives who are also very active in scholarship awards. And I'll turn it over to Steve.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Guy and Steve. So on behalf of the Connecticut section of the American Waterworks Association, I also would like to extend my welcome to you all to this important event, which is really, it's part of our local part of our celebration of National Drinking Water Week. Connecticut section of American Waterworks Association represents a full spectrum of professionals in the drinking water industry. That includes engineers like myself, water treatment operators, water purveyors, manufacturers, vendors, professors, and students like yourselves, people who are dedicated to the provision of high quality water in the state of Connecticut. And this is an important part of that, recognizing that. Connecticut section has over 600 members, including 60 utilities in the state of Connecticut, providing over 180 million gallons of water every day to 2.8 million residents in Connecticut. We couldn't do it without our members and people like you, our legislators, and supportive regulators in our state agencies. So thank you for attending and supporting this event. Also would like to give my thanks to the Associates Committee and our enhancers group of the Associates Committee and our CWWA supporters as well, recognizing that without their efforts, we would not have the funding to make these scholarships available. So thank you, and thank you especially to Dick Johnson and the other committee members for putting this together. And of course, most importantly, would like to congratulate our scholarship recipients and your parents. Thank you for recognizing the importance of drinking water, and it's a privilege to recognize you and your parents for pursuit of academic excellence here today. So on behalf of Connecticut section of American Water Works Association, thank you, and we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
When we first conceived of this event, we chose the week before National Safe Drinking Water Week, which starts next Monday. And this was done in a way to highlight the importance of drinking water and to also invite in our sister agencies, the Department of Public Health, as well as the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, and the Department of Public Utility Control. Jack Betkowski is out of state and otherwise would be here, but he had made that known to me early on. What we wanted to do is really have an event where we would highlight the cooperation that goes into providing safe and potable drinking water. So that's why you're all here today. And the other part of it is to bring to the students' attention that this may be something you want to consider down the road. When I graduated college, I was a biochemistry major. I never thought about being a water guy. As I talked to some of the other professionals, I mean, we came from different places. I don't think any of us in college said, you know, when I get out, darn it, you know, I'm gonna run into the water industry. But any number of us have ended up in water and wastewater and engineering to support those, or in the chemistry aspects of providing safe water, the policy aspects. And I guess this is, you know, an invitation to all of you that, you know, you're going to be off to college, you're going to continue your education, but at the end of the day, I want you to remember this event. I want you to keep our names and phone numbers handy as you go through for internship opportunities. If you have questions, we currently have one of our recipients from last year who we've hooked up with a mentor up at Eastern Connecticut, where she's going to school and exploring some other avenues in environmental engineering. So that's an opportunity that's available to you. We're looking to grow the family. We're looking to bring that next generation into this field. Our biggest partner, as I said before, has always been the Department of Public Health. And today with us is Deputy Commissioner Janet Bransifort, if I could call Janet forward. And while you're coming up, Janet, I just want to tell you that our cooperation with the water supply section under Lori's leadership, and I see a number of other staff here. Vicki is here, and I know we're going to be hosting the compact signing for the Source Water Collaborative the week after Water Week in Middletown, and it's been a great relationship. And I'm so proud to be able to work with your folks, and I'm certainly glad you're here today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Janet Bransifort, the Deputy Commissioner at the Department of Public Health, and I'm here to present the Department of Public Health's Educational Public Health Drinking Water Merit Award that was established to recognize an individual who has made outstanding contributions to the field of drinking water operator certification, workforce development, and training. This year's recipient is a Connecticut DPH certified Class 4 water treatment plant and Class 3 distribution system operator, and has served as chairperson of the Connecticut section of the American Water Works Association Operator Certification Committee, a stakeholder committee that provides valuable input for the implementation of the department's water operator certificate program. This year's recipient has also greatly assisted DPH with evaluation of operator training course applications, developing criteria for remote operator training courses, reviewed state certification examination questions, and provided input and assistance with the selection of replacement questions. And in addition, has provided guidance toward the development of the proposed operator certification regulations and evaluation of the drinking water section operator certification application forms. This year's recipient is an assistant manager of water treatment for the Aquarian Water Company, where she has been employed for 26 years. She is an operator of 6 classified treatment plants and 1 classified distribution system. And Lori tells me that's a really big thing. In addition to the work that this year's recipient has been actively engaged with at the department, she has initiated an operator internship program at Aquarian Water Company to help build a viable pool of future operators. At this time, I would like to present this year's Educational Public Health Drinking Water Merit Award to Judy Simpanen. Judy?
I'd like to thank Connecticut Waterworks and Connecticut Section and the Department of Health for coming together for this award, and Bill Sullivan of the Department of Health for nominating me. I'd also like to thank my boss, Jeff Ulrich, who tasked me with the development of an internship program for Aquarian Water. It's well underway, and we look forward to the program growing over the next several years. In 1998, my former boss, Denny Botello, who was a founding member of the Operator Certification Committee with Bob Rivard, he retired and passed the torch to me, in not so many words, and said, "You will sit on this committee and take my place." So I've been doing that since '98, and 3 years later, they needed someone to chair the committee, so I volunteered as sort of a quasi, and I've been there ever since. What I've really enjoyed is being in an organization with both Connecticut Section and having Department of Health present, Bill Sullivan, because what I've learned is that we need to work together, and I've learned better how that interaction needs to be in order to get things done. So that's the value of being in there, and especially being long-term, so you really understand how it all works. So thank you all again, and thanks.
Judy, congratulations. Before you leave, I was wondering if you'd be so kind as just to introduce and recognize members of your staff who are here.
Oh, great, sure. Absolutely. It's a little low. It's this one? Okay. So I have staff members here, as far as I can see. You know, getting old here. So Bill Sullivan, give a wave. Bill is the one person that oversees our operator certification program, certifies over 2,200 certified operators. And Steve Wallet in the back. Steve is a sanitarian with us, and Steve does a wonderful job with hundreds of non-community system reviews and engineering reviews, essentially making sure our smallest systems are in compliance and visiting them in the field and making sure that they understand their responsibilities. Rachel Nowick. Rachel's a supervisor with us, and I always say she's the glue. Without her, we would not survive. She oversees grants and administration of our group, and has, I think, one of the toughest jobs in our group to make sure that our federal grants are constantly being monitored and overseen and applied for and spent appropriately and spent carefully and spent on time, and you know, all the things that go along with grant management. It's a tough, difficult job. So that's Rachel. Vicky Carrier. Vicky, stand up. Vicky. Vicky, how long have you been with us, Vicky?
That's giving away my age.
23 years. And Bill? 23 years. Right. So two longtime employees with the health department. And two of them that when I first started came along a little bit after I started, and we've worked very closely together. Vicki is a wonderful person to work with. She is a senior level engineer, and she takes on thousands of small system problems. We're constantly, her and I, her and I are a lot alike. We work 24/7, and we're emailing each other on a Saturday afternoon about issues that are ongoing all the time. So she oversees public water systems and probably some of the toughest public water systems. So if you all in the crowd here, the young people I see here, if you want to get into business and you're if you want to be have a good job, there are great engineering jobs. If you're going and pursuing engineering at the health department in water, I think it's a great career to work in public health. And Rich Ioza, Rich, stand up. Rich, how long have you been with us, Rich? 12 years. Rich, you've worked with us for 12 years, and he's now working on a very exciting program, the planning, what is known as the AWWA process. Yes, you'll all be happy to hear, utilities in the audience, that we are going to move forward with the AWWA process. We've actually picked dates for convening the AWWAs in June. Yes, it's not next month, but June.
I'm all a tingle.
Yes, yeah, you're very excited. It's very exciting for us. We're moving that forward. We hope to move all that forward. The contracting process is moving forward. We're working really hard on that. You've got to know. So Rich is working on that project along with Eric McPhee's group, and he's been part of that team for the last year to get this process moving forward. So anyway, I could stand up here and talk all day. Anything else you want me to talk about, or no?
Next year's Huskies?
Next year's Huskies. They're not going to be as good as this year's Huskies. But that'll be okay because they'll still win. So it's a good thing. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Lori. She's tall, isn't she? Got to pull this back down. I think state employees have been taking a lot of cheap shots lately, and from where I sit with the health department and understanding the work that they do, I think the staff has been much maligned. And I want to thank all of you for the important work you do and the hard work you do. I do have a special presentation for Vicki Carrier. Vicki, come forward. Yes, you were. This is the application for our storage tank and water mains for the Durham project. Vicki and I have been working on this for a long time, along with the folks from DEEP and some adjustments to the 471 program, courtesy of Senator Kennedy. So this actually goes more than just the talk. We actually do a lot of good work together in getting water into Durham Center is one of them. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, now if I could have our first recipient come up, John Janetta. And I'm going to stand on either side here, and I'll explain what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a little background about John and talk about him. And we have from the Lieutenant Governor's office a certificate that she did send down for each and every scholarship recipient, which we will give you. And we also have a certificate from the Connecticut section and CWWA. So where do I start? John has been accepted to Tulane University.
Put my deposit in last night.
Excellent. They're noted for their civil engineering program. Yeah, perhaps you've heard of the two-lane highway?
I have.
Yes.
I have.
No. It was there. Come on, you all were thinking it. And majoring in political science and environmental science. John is a student at Lewis Mills High School and has been currently working in a program at Tungus Community College, having completed all of your requirements for high school already.
Yes.
So John has been very busy. Member of the National Foreign Language Honor Society, Chinese Mandarin.
Yes.
Want to say something?
Ni hao.
There you go. National Honor Society, class president of his class, Politics Club, Model UN, Eco Club, and Humanitarian Club. He also finds time to play a little football and hockey, and also teaches CCD, so well-rounded. In his essay, Jonathan talked about his revelation in high school of what it really means to be green, and began thinking about the future and the future of our planet, as he explained in his essay, and its limited resources, and decided that a law degree would help him and allow him to make a change in what we do with water and with the planet and with the environment. As president of the Humanitarian Club, John established a fundraiser for the World Wildlife Federation's raising hundreds of dollars, and also in his essay noted the Clint crisis and the need to protect our waters in the United States and in other countries. I just want to mention a couple of things because we've had this discussion before. You're not the first political science major or a student going on to law school that we've given an award to. And I think water is about politics, it's about policy, it's about people. And I don't think you could separate what goes on here, and it's no mistake that we're here at the Capitol during, in the advent of Drinking Water Week, because a lot of what we do happens around the policy. And a lot of the folks in this room deal with policy and deal with people and deal with the politics that make all of this work. So I think you're going to be well positioned for where you're going. And would you have a comment or two?
Well, I wasn't prepared for a speech, folks, but I would just like to thank the Connecticut Water Works Association. I'd like to thank my parents and my family and friends for helping me get to this position. And I hope that with this scholarship and others I receive, that I'll be able to work for the betterment of all of our water. Thank you very much.
Steve, you want to- And I will attempt to be as organized as possible. And Dave Kosminski is with the Portland Town Tech program and a member of Connecticut section AWWA, and with Town Tech is doing all the photography and video for today. So we'll take I guess you've got a couple of shots. If yeah. Okay. And do you have family with you?
I do. That's my father, right?
Why don't you come up and Dave will take another picture with the two. You're welcome. Congratulations, and keep in touch with us from Tulane. It's make sure you stay in class because it's a good place to get lost down at Tulane. Next, I'd like to invite up Joshua Tellier. And Joshua knows people. We found out when we went to the Capitol, and I think it was because of Joshua that this was the first time in 4 years that we've actually had our recipients recognized on the floor of the House. So whatever magic you have, thank you very much. And Joshua is graduating Terryville High School and attending next year.
University of Connecticut, UConn.
Go Huskies.
Huskies.
Okay. Now, you know Lori's an ex-Husky too. Did you know that?
Well, she was talking about the Huskies, so.
Okay, could I got to say this again. What you don't know is Lori played ball for Gino Auriemma.
Really?
And lived to tell about it. Well, and you find a lot of UConn grads here, myself included, so congratulations and welcome to the family. Joshua is going to be majoring in environmental science at University of Connecticut, co-captain of the wrestling team, president of the National Honor Society, and a member of the ECO team. And in his essay, Joshua expressed passion for the planet Earth and the environmental degradation. And that is why Nancy Wyman is not here. I have to apologize. They will be calling for votes on occasion over the intercom. Joshua talked about the environmental degradation and finds it a problem that he thinks that this generation can fix. And I quote from his essay, "It is up to my generation to open their collective eyes and come together," which was the essence of why we put this scholarship together, was to find students who were looking to make that change. And I was moved when I read your essay, and as was the committee. So I want to congratulate you, and we also have a check for you, a certificate from not so fast.
Yeah.
You'll get the check eventually. So we'll take a couple of pictures, step in, and and if you'd like to invite your family up for another couple of shots, please. Yep. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And keep in touch. That goes for all of our recipients. Please keep in touch. Next, I'd like to invite up Elise Huisman. Hello, Elise. Elise is graduating from the Marine Science Magnet High School in Groton. So you've already put your stake in the ground on where you're going to go. Yukon. I love this. You want to sing the fight song with me?
No, thanks.
No? Okay. We'll talk later. Elise will be majoring in environmental engineering and marine environmental science. Congratulations. Elise is chair of the National Honor Society, cross-country captain. I like that. And you work at Kelly's Pace?
Yeah, it's a running store.
I know who John Kelly is. He's a legend. You don't have to explain it. And what I found most interesting, Elise is also captain of her fencing team. I didn't know they still did that. My aunt was on her fencing team and captain her senior year. So I find that really great. Class secretary for student government, yearbook editor in chief, and a book award winner from UConn at Avery Point. Elise talks in her essay about what I call the family affair and the Pawcatuck River cleanup, which you've been doing for a while, and the rigors of the cleanup and how much garbage you actually pull out of the Pawcatuck and the dumpsters that you fill. Elise also went on to talk about a canoe trip that she has taken from Charleston, Rhode Island to Pawcatuck, noting the runoff, especially from the high nitrogen sources, road oil, and other pesticides in runoff, and how they degrade the waters of the state of Connecticut and Rhode Island. In her essay, she talks about engineering for sustainability, aquaculture as a food source, and looking to environmental engineering all of us into a better future. So congratulations for being one of our winners this year, and go Huskies. I gave her the blank envelope.
Gotta keep an eye on him.
Good thing I didn't do that with Joshua. And Elise, want to have your family come up as well?
Sure.
Yeah. And your little sister's got to come up here. Come on. Family's family. I'm Italian. I mean, you don't get off that easy. Congratulations. I'd like to congratulate all of our winners from the Connecticut section of CWWA. I want to offer my thanks to the committee, the selection committee. I chair the event, but every year I kind of lean on some of our outstanding members to assist in the selection process. So I just watch. I want to recognize this year's committee, Lori Vitagliano. Lori was here. Lori is not here now. Mark Decker is here. Mark, where are you? Mark, thank you very much. And Tom Berger filled out our committee. So I want to thank them for their service. I guess it's time for the Kevin Walsh Scholarship, Dick. Steve, thank you very much. If you'd like to. Kevin Walsh last worked for the Connecticut Water Company and died of multiple melanoma. The scholarship was created in Kevin's honor, and one, because he was a great water professional, but secondly, he was just a great guy and a great friend, and for me as well, when I was in graduate school, a great classmate. He and I go back a long time. Our times golfing and at some of the joint conferences I will always remember, and I think the scholarship is a great way to keep his memory alive. So I'd like to introduce Richard Johnson, Chairman of the Associates Committee, for an award.
Thank you very much. And the Vice Chairman, Ingrid Jacobs, who's here to give me moral and physical support. I just had my left knee replaced, and therapy is going very well. I had the opportunity to meet Kevin. I actually worked on a THM removal project with him in Stafford Springs. And talk about a professional in the water industry. He had over 30 years, a lot with, certainly with Connecticut Water, but somebody that would really reach out to find that state-of-the-art technology to make water clearer, cleaner, better for certainly this generation and generations to come. In addition to that, he was an educator. He was always reaching out to young people, and he actually taught at gateways where the recipient of his scholarship is presently studying. Also, he had just a wonderful family, and his family extended to almost everybody here and everybody that had the opportunity to meet Kevin. He was just a wonderful, wonderful man. And the golf tournament is his family. It's Connecticut Water, it's Association, and a whole lot of other people that just joined together to make that happen. And it's been a great tournament. I look forward to playing in it each and every year. The recipient of his scholarship already has a degree. Is he here, by the way? I don't know if he's here. Jim Amendola. Jim here? Okay. Jim has a degree in chemistry, and he's presently studying water management at Gateway College. And that's where Kevin also taught. So him receiving the scholarship, I think, is most appropriate. And I'm just delighted on behalf of the committee for the associates that gives out their own scholarship, plus we handle the Kevin's as well. And again, very, very proud to have the opportunity to let all of you know that Jim Amendola will continue studying water management. And just one other thing about Kevin's scholarship, it goes to an individual who is studying professional water management. The other associates' scholarships don't require that the individual be in the water industry, but Kevin's does. Thank you.
To a little quick housekeeping. I'm going to call Dick back up here in a moment. The Associates Committee is a subcommittee of the Connecticut section AWWA and is comprised of suppliers, engineering firms, and all of those ancillary businesses that supply the water industry. They are instrumental in both the scholarship and supporting a lot of our other activities, both refreshments and educational opportunities outright. And quite frankly, we would not be in a position to do a lot of the work that we do without the outright support of the Associates Committee. The Associates Committee annually has awarded scholarships to members, family members, relatives of the water industry that are served. And we do have a total of 8 awardees this year. And I'm going to handle the paperwork, Dick, on the side, and I'll let you call up the recipients. I know that they are all not here.
I've been on the Associates Committee, I think, for maybe about 5 or 6 years, and I'm from Massachusetts. I live on Cape Cod, and I drove down this afternoon, and we have our monthly meetings usually at Ferguson at 9:30 in the morning. So I'm up at leaving the house at 6 o'clock to come down here. But just on a personal note, I have Rhode Island, half of Mass, and Connecticut in my job, and there is a different environment in Connecticut with water people. You are a different group. It's not the same in the other states. It really isn't. There's a camaraderie that is hard to describe about people that are here. And I do most of my business down here, and very, very honored to be the chairman this year, and especially to have Ingrid following in my footsteps, who will be doing this next year. But I'll also be on the committee for the selection of the scholarships for next year. The committee itself consists of manufacturers, suppliers, consultants, contractors, and service providers in both the water and the wastewater industry. The Associates Committee has 20 active members, and like I said, we meet monthly. Do a lot of things to support, certainly, education and all the activities of the association. And as far as the enhancers go, these are companies that contribute X amount of dollars a year that then is used by the associates to support all of these activities. There are 68 presently, and our budget is based on 72 this year. So hopefully, as a result of this activity, that we might encourage a couple more to come in so that we will balance our budget for the year. But we had a surplus coming in, so we're in good shape. We have 8 scholarships to give out, and I don't have an awful lot of information. And with 8, we will do it fairly quickly. Our first one is going to Daniel Gavrilovic. Am I saying that right? Gavrilovic, who, when I first got the information on Dan, he was heading to. He was going to be heading south, I think, but now he's going to Florida, right? Originally going to Florida, and now has decided on UConn, and he's going to be majoring in mechanical engineering. So congratulations. Dan, would you like to say a word? Just say thank you.
I'd just like to thank my family and my friends, Connecticut Waterworks Association, for this scholarship. Every bit helps, and it really will help me throughout college. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Do we want to do a picture? Rose, want to come up? Great.
Great, thank you.
Congratulations. Lauren Carver, who is going to be going to Emerson and majoring in marketing. I guess Lauren is not with us. Melanie Tedeschi, who is going to be going to Central Connecticut State College, majoring in business. Melanie, congratulations. Yeah. Dad's an active member of our committee. We got to get him in here. Great. Congratulations. Good luck. Our next recipient is Dylan Med, who will be attending Lafayette or Northeastern, we don't know yet, and he's going to be majoring in business administration. And I know his dad. I don't see him here. Again, we congratulate him. Our next recipient is Sean Karasek, who is going to be going to Penn State University, majoring in accounting. Sean? Nope. Followed by Jared Whittier, who will be attending the University of Connecticut, majoring in civil engineering. Nope, Jared's not here. Next is Holly Olson, who will be attending Assumption College, majoring in psychology. And Holly is not here. And last is Laurie Bissonette, who will be attending Goodwin College, majoring in water treatment. All right. Congratulations to all the winners. It certainly has been hard work, and both at home and in the family, and we know the efforts in the school. And I'd also, before I conclude, just congratulate Judy. I had the opportunity to work with Judy, and believe me, the award is very, very much deserved. One of the most hardest working project managers that I've seen in the industry, Judy. Congratulations. Thank you all very much.
I also would like to take the occasion to congratulate all of the Associate Committee Scholarship winners and all of our scholarship winners in general. If we could have one big round of applause for everybody, please. And just a couple of closing remarks before we have a reception right behind us, and I would encourage everybody to stay and socialize a little bit. Hopefully our scholars will see each other, as I say, down the road and in familiar territory in this industry. We should just be glad we're not up in the Hall of Flags, because it's like buzzing up there. I don't think we can end an event, particularly this year, without maybe making a passing mention of the importance of water and what happened in Flint, Michigan this past year. If you've been following the news, you've seen there's been some indictments this past week of both state officials and operators. And Flint was a colossal collapse, I believe, in both moral judgment and civic responsibility. I know the people that work for me. I know the operators. I know the professionals I work with, and I know a lot of their folks. I could never imagine that what happened in the town of Flint could happen here in Connecticut. It certainly would not happen with the amount of oversight and the amount of cooperation that we get from the Department of Public Health. water in this state is abundant. It's also a blessing. And we take what we do very, very seriously. And a couple of years ago, I guess it's worth repeating here again, from the movie A Few Good Men. If you remember that part where Jack Nicholson is on the stand and he said, "You can't stand the truth," and he's yelling at Tom Cruise, and he says, "I'm the guy that stands on that wall so you could sit home in your lily white uniform and have your breakfast." Well, the water professionals are like that. We're the people that stand on that wall so that when you take a glass of water for your aging parent to give them an evening med, you don't worry about where it came from or whether it's safe, because we're standing on that wall for everybody else who doesn't give it a second thought. When a mother puts her infant child into the tub in the evening, a precious infant, doesn't think about the quality of the water because we're all doing our job. And we take it very seriously. And we'll continue to take it seriously. And hopefully we'll have another generation that'll take it as seriously as all of us do. So congratulations again. Good luck in your endeavors, and God bless you all. And the reception is open. Please mingle.